Good day guys, welcome to Lost Semicolon. Today I will be walking you through the process of implementing video calling. We will be using ZEGOCLOUD to implement that by using their UI kit. ZEGOCLOUD offers variety of features like video calling, chatting, audio calling, conference calling, and so on. Upon registration, ZEGOCLOUD offers 10,000 free minutes. On the screen, you can see what we will be implementing, so stay back while I walk you through the process. This is ZEGOCLOUD website, and first thing we need to do is to create an account. So we click on this sign up button to create our account. I won't create an account here because I already have an account, but I'll just walk you through the process of creating an account. So here all we need to do is input our names and then add the country, and then here you are going to input your work email. You can't use Gmail or Yahoo Mail. It has to be your work email. And once you input your email, you click on this get code and they send an OTP to you. You get the OTP and add it here, and also pass in your password and then tick here and click on start a free trial. Once you create an account, this is the first thing you see. So all you need to do is just to add your company's name, and then you can leave this blank, then put your job title, the industry, your phone number, and then click on continue. So we are currently on my dashboard, and as you can see, the sign-up process was very seamless, and you don't need to worry about it. So this is my dashboard, and as you can see, I've created different projects already. So all we need to do now is to create a new one so we can start working on it. So you just need to click on this create project, and as you can see, we have a different type of feature we can use on this project. But for this tutorial, we are going to be using voice call. So let me just show you different types. So we have different kind of video call. We have conference call, we have live streaming, we have audio room, we also have in-app chat, and game streaming for my gamers, and any other one. You can feel free to explore anyone you want, but for this tutorial we just choose this. So I'll just click on this, and all we need to do is to click on next, and then we'll just name our project. Let's call it Zego app. I don't have a better name to name it. And then we'll start by clicking on this. We'll be using their UI kits. So once we click on this, it's going to take some minutes for it to process. So this is going to take a few minutes to process. So now we are currently using Flutter, so we are going to pick this, but you have the option to pick any other if you are using Swift or Kotlin, or for your web or React Native. So we are going to be clicking on Flutter. So here we are going to be clicking on this save and start integrating now at your right hand corner. Now here we have our AppID and also our AppSign. First, to get started, we have to click on this quick start. Now we are already on our quick start. So this is the documentation, and as you can see, we are going to be using the ZEGO UI kit pre-built call package. we are going to first import it, and then we can just go through the documentation. Is pretty straightforward. Then I'll also walk you through the configuration for iOS and Android. So this is for Android. So let's just go straight to our code and start integrating the video call. Now we are going to be creating our project from scratch. First I click on this, and then we just give our project a name. Let's just call it Zego video call. And I think that's all. Then we create our project. Now we've created our project, and then first of all we'll just go straight to creating our UI. So I won't be working too much on the UI, because I just want us to implement it as fast as possible. So let's just remove this. Also we can remove this for now. Also this, let's remove this and create our own home page. So Zego video call. So let's create our home page. And then first we'll create a stateful widget, call it our home page. For here we are going to add our scaffold widget, and inside our scaffold widget we are going to create a body, and then column, and also children. Let's make this to be in the center. And also, so we are going to create two text fields. One is going to be for our caller ID, and the other is going to be for our caller name. So let me just add this here. Text field controller. Let's call the controller call ID controller, and also we are going to call this user ID. So here we are going to add our controller here, and we are going to add our call ID. And let's put decoration. We need to add our int text, so we'll just call this call ID. Just put something readable for our user. So that's call ID. So we are going to replicate this. And let's give it a space. And let's create a button. let's just create a container. And in the container, first let's give it spacing 2. Okay, what's the issue here? I think we are putting this somewhere we are not supposed to. Okay, it's inside our text field, so we have to put it outside our text field and then put a comma here, so the error is gone. And then create a child. Let's make this a text, and in the text, sorry, let me preview. My emulator is not on, so while while my emulator is on, so I'll just, in this part, I'll just put something like make a video call, and let's try and centralize this. So we'll add center, then add height, and also the width. So here now we've added a decoration, and the box decoration, we added a color here, and then adds a little bit of a radius around the edge. So this centralize is going to put this text at the middle of the container. So I think we are done here. So let's check our emulator if it's on. Then we'll try and run this. So while this is running, it's going to, I'm sorry, it's going to give an error because we've not imported the home page yet. So once we've imported, now we can run this. So while this is running currently, we'll be working on the video page itself. So let's create a video page. So we'll call it video call page. So here we are just going to go to our documentation. So all we need is just to copy this. Let's just copy everything. So we'll copy everything and edit. Now instead of call page, let's rename it. Okay, yeah, this is rename. We rename it to video call page. Video call page. And then so we need to import this, but our project is still running. You know what, let's just wait for now. Let's cancel this so we can do other things like importing this. Okay, we've not imported this. So if we look at the documentation, I thought I did that. So now we are going to be going through the documentation one by one. So first of all, we need to import this package. So we open our terminal and then we import the package. So now the package is already available, so let's try and import it. Now we've imported the package, and also we need to import our stateless widget. So now first we are going to get our app ID from the our dashboard, the one I showed you earlier on, and then the app sign will also import add it here. So first I would like to create a class. So I'll just call them, I'll just call the class, I don't know, I'm so bad at naming things. Let me just call it token. No, not token, constant. So I will call the class the class is supposed to be a small letter, and then I name it constant. So here we are going to put all our we are going to be putting all our credentials here, like the app ID and the, so let's put a string, and then what are we going to name this? App ID and AppSign. App ID this is going to be app signing. So we'll just go back to this page. Okay. And let me import this. And then once I put my dot, I'm supposed to see my app ID. And then string cannot be. Oh, this has to be int instead. So we'll change it later. And then this sign. So this work. So let's see what the issue is. We are supposed to change this. The app ID is supposed to be int instead. Okay. And so we just need to copy it from our dashboard. So we are going to copy our app ID and also our app sign and paste it in our constant class. So this is how we are going to implement this. So we need to be calling this on our own page. So what we want to do now currently is once you click on this button, so I think it's time for me to run my app. So let's run the app. So while the app is running, here we are supposed to once you click on this button, we are supposed to navigate to the video call page so we can make our call. But meanwhile, we need to pass this call ID and this has to be user ID. So we need to I just duplicated without changing. So we need to click on this and let's call gesture detector, and then we pass in our on tap function. So here, we are going to try and navigate to the video call. So once you click on this, you navigate to the video call page. So let's import this. So what's the issue here? Okay, yeah, so here I want us to pass two things. this is the code we just copied directly from Zego website. So I need two things. I need caller ID and also the user ID. Let me just copy this. Too lazy to type. Then also try to pass it. So let me walk you through this page. This is the UI kit, the pre-built UI kit coming from the package we imported earlier. So here now, so as we discussed when I was on my dashboard, I showed you different types of way we can create video calls. So on the dashboard, so on the code, you have the one-on-one call, you have the group video call, we have the group voice call and one-on-one voice call. So so we'll be working on one-on-one call. Let's do this, but you can choose its preference. So let's pass in our user ID here. Now I don't want us to hard code it, and I don't want us to start typing username since it's just a tutorial. You can put in anything you want, you can pass in anything you want. I don't want to create a third text field on my own page, so I'll just pass in my user ID. My user ID is going to be my username, so just bear with me. So now on the home page, we need to pass in all those data here, like our call ID and our user ID. Now as we can remember, we already have the controller, the call ID controller. So in the call ID controller, I'm going to, let me just take it to the next page. So call ID controller, I'm going to be passing it here. So we are going to be getting the text here, and also our user ID. We are going to be doing the same here to the text. So now we have everything. So once you click on this, it takes you to the home page, and then I think we are done with the UI. So let me walk you through the whole process. Now this is the main page, and from the main page, let me increase. So this is the main page, and from the main page we are going to the home page. And on the home page, we created two text fields to pass in our call ID and then also our user ID. So our call ID and user ID are created by us. And what this user ID does is to identify a user, a particular user. So you can create a user ID just like how you are creating your username. You can create user ID for each user. You can pass in anything you want. So for the call ID, now if it's a one-on-one call, just make sure that whatever you're passing here is also the same thing you are passing to the other caller. So it's just take it like a room, and the room, now the name of the room is the call ID, and the two users must know the call ID to enter the particular room. So so now we have the two text field, and then we created a space, and then we also have the button, and the button we created a gesture detector, and inside the gesture detector we created an on tap. So once you click on the button, it takes you to the video call page. Now on the video call page, this is what we got from the package or from our website. All we need is just to create the widget, and then passing all these details. As you can remember, we are getting our app ID from our dashboard and our app signing, as I showed earlier. Then here we are passing our user ID from here, and then the user ID is gotten from what we input on the home page. Username, you can put in whatever you like, but currently I'm using my username. I don't want to create a third text field to input username. And also and the reason is because so our home page doesn't look crowded. And then we also have our call ID. Once we pass in our call ID, two users can enter the call, and then we pass in this field, our config, to access our one-on-one video call. So I think that's all for the widget. Let's go straight to our dashboard so that we can start integrating our configuration. So we are back to our documentation, and now we are going to be adding our configuration into our app. So on this part of the documentation, we can see the instruction of adding our configuration. So we are going to be adding for Android and also for iOS, but first we'll start with the Android. And the first instruction now is for us to add this line of code into our Android app build Gradle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this and then head back to our code and go to our Android, then Android app, then the build Gradle here. And here we are on our build Gradle, and at the end of the file we'll add this and then head back. Then we'll go to the next thing. So we are going to make sure our main SDK version is 21 and above. So still on build Gradle. So our main SDK, okay, this is it here. It's already 21. It's already set to 21. So and then we'll go to our compile SDK version, which is 33 here. So compile SDK, mine is 35. So my build my Gradle is a little bit higher, so I need to make mine higher, unless I might have a Gradle issue. So for this project my compile SDK will be 35. And then we move next to, okay, still the compile SDK, and then we move next to our Android build Gradle and add this line of code. So here we are using 1.8. So like I said earlier on, my Gradle version is a little bit higher, so some of the configuration here might be a little bit higher than what we have in the documentation. Some of what I'll be pasting on my code is going to be a little bit higher than what we have here. So let's go ahead to our Android build Gradle. This is not going to be here. This is going to be at the outermost part of our Android. So under the Android folder, then we move, not this build Gradle, this next one. And here, as you can see, mine is 1.8.22, unlike what we have here. So next we are going to be modifying our Gradle wrapper property. So here we are going to copy this line of code, and as you can see, this Gradle is 7.4, but mine is a little bit different. But let me show you where you are going to paste this line of code. So we are just going to head here, and then in the Android we have a Gradle file. We come down here and then come to this Gradle wrapper property. Here we are now going to paste it here, but mine is 8.9 because my Gradle version is 8.9 compared to what we have here. So I had some Gradle issue because when I used this, so I had to understand that I have a higher Gradle. So next, and also if you notice that you are having Gradle issue, you can. I'm also going to drop the link to my project below, and you can also look at my configuration and try to use mine, because mine is a little bit I'm using the latest version, so you might run into issues like that. So next now is to add our permission, and first we are going to go to our project, our app source main and Android manifest, and paste all this line of code. So let me copy it and then head back to my code, and then okay, app source main. So we are going to head into the Android folder, then the app, then the source, then we are going to head into main, and as you can see, the Android manifest. We are going to be pasting it over here a little bit above the application tag. So I think that is all. We can also add it to our debug. This is not really necessary, but you can add it so that in case you want to create a debug APK. So now we've copied it, and then what else again? So now here we are going to be creating our ProGuard rule .pro file. So let me just copy this. I'm so lazy typing. So as you can see, this file, the ProGuard rule file, is going to be in our Android app. So let's head into the app folder, our Android app, and then let's create a new file. Just click on file, let's paste the name. So this is the name, and create a file. So now inside that file, we head back to our, and then we create this. Let's copy this and then paste it inside the code, inside the file rather. Then we move, and then we move back to our Android app build Gradle, and inside our Android app build Gradle we will copy this and paste it over there. So Android app build Gradle here, and then let's look at. So we are to paste it inside our build type, and then inside our release, under our release tag or curly bracket. So we are going to be pasting it here. So I think that is all we need to do, and then we run and test. But before we run and test, let's try and also add our integration for iOS. So I'm just going to click on the iOS tab, and then first we are going to add we are going to modify our permission. Now we are going to open our app iOS pod file, and then add this line of code. So I will just copy this, and then move to our iOS app, and move to our iOS folder, and then go straight to our pod file. So in our pod file, we are just going to paste this here. So just observe the two end and then paste it here, and then we go back to our documentation, and in the documentation, as you can see, we paste it, the two end, and then paste it here. This is the pod file. So next we are going to be going to our iOS, and then inside our iOS we will go into our runner and info plist. So we'll copy this line of code and paste it inside this info plist. So we'll go to iOS, we'll go to runner, and inside our runner we can see our plist, and then we will just do this and paste it here. And then to run your app on iOS, you need to add this to your pod file. So in your pod file, you need to go to the top of your project and uncomment this. And here you need to change it to 13. With this, you will be able to run your project on iOS. We are going to run the app now by clicking on the run button. So we'll be running it on our simulator. It's going to take some time to run. Now our app is running. So we are just going to focus on the functionality, not the UI. So now we are going to input our call ID. Remember, our call ID should be unique for both users so that they can connect to each other. So I'll just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll input my user ID. So we'll use our name. So I'll just use my name, Ibrahim, and then I'll try to make a call so that I can connect to the other user. Now I'm connected. Now I'm going to run the app on my physical device and try to make a call using the same caller ID, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to be using the user ID for my physical device as our. So I'm going to make the call now. Now we've made the call, and as you can see Ibrahim here. We can see the video button, and we can also change the camera, end the call, and also mute our mic, and then remove speaker. So for now, let me just click on the button on my physical device so that we can make the video call. Thank you for following through this video. Kindly like and subscribe. Thank you.